Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. There is no raging debate going on in the dancehall space about who is the real king of the dancehall. While the vast majority of the current generation of dancehall fans are ready to crown Vybz Kartel as the new king of the dancehall, Beenie Man, who was under the title at Reggae Sumfest 2009, is refusing to give it up. As one who has been covering entertainment for over 40 years, including every single edition of Reggae Sumfest since its inception in 1993, I have had the privilege of seeing the best of Jamaican dancehall up front and personal between Reggae Sunsplash and Reggae Sumfest. In fact, I seriously doubt there is any other journalist in Jamaica who has covered more of these events than I have. I was at Jared Park in 1982 when Yellowman took that venue by storm. I think I can say without fear of contradiction that Yellowman was the first king of the dancehall. While he was introduced as the king but not officially crowned, when he left the venue that morning, there was absolutely no doubt in the minds of any patron that he was indeed the king of the dancehall. In fact, the media crowned him and the people agreed. For at least 2 years, Shabba Ranks, after winning back-to-back Grammys in 1992 and 1993, was seen as the king of the dancehall. Interestingly, Yellowman never contested it, and Shabba never gloated about it. With his local and international appeal soaring, Beenie Man declared himself king of the dancehall, probably more so to get one over on his arch-rival Bounty Killer. However, in 2009, the organizers of Reggae Sumfest saw it fit to crown him the king of the dancehall, and he was actually crowned on center stage. In fact, it was in that moment that a young Vybz Kartel officially endorsed Beenie Man as the king of the dancehall.
Beenie Man, you are king of the dancehall, so you come out of your mother belly. Remember that. You respect your honor, you are being a youth specialist, you are first number one.
Since 2009, both Shaggy and Sean Paul, based on their impressive crossover appeal and their sales in the international market alongside Grammy Awards, probably both had legitimate reasons to consider themselves as the king of the dancehall. However, without the strong endorsement of local fans, it really wouldn't make any sense. While he seemed totally unconcerned about titles, I strongly believe that if Bounty Killer was campaigning to be king, the people of Jamaica would have crowned him. And probably for one night in 2020, Leonard Merciless Bartley might have considered himself king after annihilating Beenie Man, Bounty Killer and Ninja Man at Sting. What many of the current dancehall fans might not know was that while Beenie Man was officially crowned the king of dancehall at Reggae Sumfest, had it not been for the COVID-19 pandemic, he probably would have been officially dethroned at Sumfest 2020, as Shabba Ranks would have been crowned the king of all kings of dancehall. In fact, the organizers had two crowns to be handed out, one to Shabba Ranks as the dancehall emperor and the other to Spice as the new queen of the dancehall. At that staging of Reggae Sumfest taking place, Spice would have been crowned to officially replace Lady Saw as the queen of the dancehall, and Shabba Ranks would have been crowned dancehall emperor, replacing Beenie Man as the king of the dancehall. Now comes 2025. After spending 13 years in prison, during which he remained the most influential figure in dancehall music, selling gold and silver globally without the backing of a major international label, it is not difficult to understand why the fans of Vybz Kartel believes that he is now the reigning king of the dancehall, a position that is supported by the dancehall godfather Rodney Bounty Killer Price, the poor people's governor. However, Beenie Man, who clearly relishes having the crown, is not about to give it up without a fight. In fact, he seems ready to go to dancehall war to keep the title. Unfortunately for Beenie Man, Vybz Kartel seems totally uninterested in getting in a lyrical battle with him. However, based on the global response to Vybz Kartel's recent Freedom Street concert and his commanding presence on social media, alongside the public embrace of the vast majority of dancehall fans who seems to favor him as king in the various social media polls, it will be very interesting to see if his Freedom Street business partner Joe Bogdanovich, the CEO of Reggae Sumfest, will crown him as the king of dancehall at the 2025 staging of Reggae Sumfest. However, as was the case in 1982 when Yellowman was crowned king by the people, it would appear that Vybz Kartel is the people's king at this time in the history of dancehall music. Or maybe, as Bounty Killer said at Freedom Street,
"You are phenomenal."
Yes, sir.
I remember when Ron Butler brought him,
Yeah.
and I said, this man is a lyrical genius. Enough producer, gal and boy, never believe us. And now, improve that he is the father. Dancehall Pharaoh.
Member.
Listen to me. And I don't want you to feel like you are taking nobody's throne. You built your own
Yes.
independently. The hungry man, Ronya, whenever signed to an international label and sell gold and silver for me in a prison. Her king has risen.
Jano.
Her king has risen.
Jano.
Her king has risen.
Jano.
Yo! Yo!
unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. Before you go, please remember to subscribe.